Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings from Easy Start Memberships, and I want to do another video for you. I want to answer another question for you. The question is, do you have to be tech savvy to start a membership club, right? And this is a question that, it's funny, I don't get asked this question a lot, but it is the actual reason why a lot of people don't start membership clubs, because they're afraid of all the technical barriers, right? And I will tell you something, you don't have to be tech savvy to start a membership club, especially in 2025. You know, when I started my first membership club, it was 2013, and I ran it through WordPress. And to do that, I had to register a domain, and I had to, get hosting, and then I had to figure out how the heck to use WordPress, and I had to figure out how do I turn this into a membership club. It wasn't that hard. They have lots of plugins through WordPress that'll help you turn your website into a membership club. But there was definitely a learning curve for someone like me, because I'm not really very tech savvy. There's definitely a learning curve, but I think the thing that really got me through doing all that was just, man, I really wanted to make it work. I had a desire and ambition to make it work, and I talked to you guys a lot about that on these videos, but I had a desire to make it happen, so I made it happen. And WordPress is trying to be easy, okay? And that's another thing about all these options, because WordPress is definitely not the only option. Paid Membership Pro was the plugin I used for my first membership club, but all these different options that you can use for membership clubs, they are all trying to be easy. You understand? None of them want to be confusing. None of them want to be hard. Right now, I've been on Substack for a little while now, and I can tell you, even now, after being on Substack for a little while, I find this platform kind of like this big mess. I mean, it is a Swiss Army knife of stuff. I mean, you can do a lot on Substack, but I find it kind of confusing, and I find the user experience a little bit confusing. It's hard to find things. I know personally, I have, subscribed to people's, I've subscribed to people's newsletters before on Substack as a paid subscriber. And I don't know where the free stuff starts and the paid stuff starts. I don't know. It's hard to decipher it sometimes. It's confusing on Substack. But the point is, I've never really used I've never really committed to trying to get to understand Substack. But the point is, Substack's not confusing by design. They're not trying to be confusing. They're trying to be as easy as possible. Why are all these platforms trying to be as easy as possible? Because they're all competing with each other. So back to membership clubs. So yes, I started with WordPress. What happened was, with Paid Membership Pro, I used that for a while, but then it broke, and it doesn't take much for a WordPress plugin to break. All it takes is WordPress updates, and the plugin doesn't update with the new WordPress, and all of a sudden your plugin breaks, right? And it's a mess when you got a bunch of members and your plugin breaks. But and then I wanted to do Warrior Plus, and I wanted to launch products on Warrior Plus, and I wanted my membership club to be in my sales funnel for the products I was launching. So I couldn't do that with my current plugin with Paid Membership Pro. It didn't integrate with Warrior Plus. So I got a different plugin. It was called MemberSonic, and that integrated, and that worked pretty good until it didn't, right? And then I moved on, and I studied all these different options for membership clubs while I had a membership club, trying to figure out how to what do you say, how to move to somewhere else. And it was fine. I got through it. I'm saying all this, and I could go on and on, okay? I could tell you about a lot of different things that I've tried, but I'm saying all this to tell you that I've kind of been through the fire with different options for membership clubs. So let's say you're first getting started with a membership club and you don't really have a lot of tech savvy to you. You're not a very technical person. You don't really want to. I'm the kind of guy, like when I get a new cell phone, like I don't want to learn everything that cell phone can do. Okay. I don't want to learn every button, every bell and whistle. Whatever I bought the cell phone for, that's what I want to do with it. Right. And it's probably the same stuff I was doing with my old cell phone. I want to listen to podcasts. I want to be able to check my email. I want to be able to do like a couple of things. And outside of that, I don't care. I don't even learn how to set the alarms, right? That's kind of how I am. So I really heavily relate to you people who are not very tech savvy. I get it. And I'll tell you, when it comes to membership clubs, if you want to start a membership club and you're not tech savvy and you don't want to learn a bunch of crap, like I think there's a lot of great options out there. One of them is you can just start like a paid newsletter right here on Substack. Substack makes it really easy. In fact, when I set up my Substack, my first Substack, literally I didn't realize that paid subscriptions were even on. I turned them on by accident. And before I knew it, I had 3 paid subscribers. I was like, I got 3 paid subscribers. I don't even know what I'm putting in this paid membership. I didn't even ask for this thing. So I messed up. So like, yeah, that's pretty easy. So yeah, you can run the paid membership club right through Substack just as a paid newsletter. And it's very simple. Another thing you can do is you can run it through Patreon. You can go over to Patreon. You can start a Patreon. Very simple. Just run your paid membership club right through Patreon. Very easy. Another place you can do a paid membership club is right through Gumroad. Gumroad is a platform that allows you to do paid membership clubs as well. Very, very simple, very effortless to get it started. These are 3 options. There are many options. I'm not going to sit here and drown you in options. But there are options. If you want to start a paid membership club and you don't want to deal with learning a bunch of crap, those are 3 options for you that allow you to get started very, very easily. That don't require you to be, very tech savvy at all. You can be a complete layman when it comes to the technical stuff, and you can get started on Substack or Gumroad, or Patreon. Now, is there downsides? Yes, every single option. I've been doing paid membership clubs since 2013, and every single option I've ever come across has negatives, okay? I'm a realist, all right? I don't even trust things if they don't have a negative. I need to see the positive and the negative of everything, all right? So, what's the negative with these 3 platforms I just told you about? Substack, Gumroad, Patreon, okay? What's the negative to starting your paid membership club on these platforms? The negative is very simple. They take I think all 3 of these platforms take 10%. They take 10% transactional. Okay, so what that means, if you start a $10 a month membership club, all right, and you put 100 people in there, all right, that means that, every single month, that platform is going to take $100 from you. 10% for each of those members, right? 10%, that's $1 for a $10 membership club. You got 100 people, that's $100. So what's that equal? That equals $1,200 a year you're going to be spending and transactional fees on the membership club. Now, you got to ask yourself, how much work is Substack doing to put people in my membership club? How much work is Gumroad doing to put people in my membership club? How much work is Patreon doing to put people in my membership club? Because they're going to be taking $1,200 a year from me if I got 100 people in my club. Now, you might think, well, I don't really care, Cam, because, if they're making $1,200, I'm making probably, I'm making, 10 times that much, right? And you're right. 10% doesn't seem like a lot, but, listen, let's look at big picture here. 10%'s not really a lot. If the barrier to get started is technical stuff, if the barrier to get started is, man, I don't want to think about learning a new platform that much. I need something that is very low overhead, very cheap for me to get started. I don't have to worry about a bunch of payments every month to get it going. I just want it to be free or next to free. And I want the barrier to entry to be really low. I don't have to learn a bunch of stuff. If that's it, then I say, yeah, use one of these platforms, right? Because the thing is, by the time that 10% does matter, by the time you got 100 people in your club or whatever, you're going to know it well enough. You could transfer, right? You can move to another location. You can move to another location once you have, once you've gotten to a place where you don't like paying them 10% anymore, right? You can move to another location. Now, how do you move to another location? I won't get into that in this video. It's beyond the scope of this video. But the point is, it's not the worst thing in the world to move a membership club. It's not that hard. It's strategic, right? There's a little bit of a process to it, but it's just a strategic process. You just move the membership club. I moved 2 membership clubs from what I was using before. I forget what I was using at the time. I know. I was using I think I was using MemberSonic, and I was running the reoccurrings through Warrior Plus, because Warrior Plus could do reoccurring payments. And I was running the reoccurrings through Warrior Plus with 2 different membership clubs, and I moved both those clubs to Thrivecart just to cut down, because I was paying several $1,000s a year to Warrior Plus and reoccurring transactional fees. And I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. So I moved those clubs to Thrivecart. And it was a good opportunity for me to rebrand the clubs and to kind of make some changes with the clubs. And it worked out really good. So all I'm saying is, moving a club is not the worst thing in the world. And what I'm saying is, if you're not very tech savvy and that's what keeps you from starting a membership club, man, just go for something easy. Start it on Patreon, start it on Substack, start it on Gumroad, start it wherever it's easy for you and it feels good. That's what I say. So yeah, to answer the question, no, you don't have to be tech savvy to start a membership club. And if being tech savvy is something you're afraid of, if that's a barrier to entry, you can knock that out really, really quick just by using one of these platforms that make it very easy to get started. You can always move it later once the transactional fees become an issue for you. So anyways, hope that's helpful to you. Man, I'm looking for some subscribers, okay? Easy Start Memberships right here on Substack. Man, it doesn't have enough subscribers. They won't even let me do live streams because I don't have 10 subscribers yet, okay? So I'm looking for subscribers. So if you like this video and you want to hear more about what I have to say about membership clubs, then man, you do me a solid by subscribing to this publication and sharing it with other people. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode, Easy Start Memberships. Peace now.